What's going on, guys? It's Colin, and I thought I would bring back a little bit of Battlefield gameplay after taking a bit of a hiatus to play some Black Ops, and I really enjoy that game. It's probably the best Call of Duty I've played, but I got burned out on it a little bit and decided that we'd hop on and play a bit of Battlefield, and you know what? I had a ton of fun. So we played a bunch of games. We did really well playing as a team, and you know, it's just when that sort of thing comes together, it's always a good time. And I find that in Black Ops, occasionally, you know, you are at the mercy of a bit of luck, you know, occasionally some bad connections and that sort of thing. But in Battlefield, I find things to be more consistent, and I'm able to do more consistently well. And even when I'm not getting huge KD games, I tend to be having a lot more fun. And that's not to say that I didn't enjoy Black Ops. I really do. And I'll play it some more. But we just wanted to hop on, you know, get some Battlefield gameplay because the patch is coming out, which is going to fix a bunch of things. You know, it's going to reduce the damage to MCOM stations, made some weapon balance tweaks. Some of them good, some of them bad. I can't really tell you because I haven't played post-patch yet, but I will certainly do a review of that and give my thoughts. And there's also some new maps that are coming out, so that's going to be awesome. And in this game, you know, we were playing against a team that were kind of crate bashing. They weren't the worst kind of crate bashers that were always pushing forward with C4-laden vehicles. They were sort of posting up and trying to hit the stations with rockets. Occasionally one would run up and try and hit a few sticks of C4 on it, that sort of thing. And it's kind of frustrating playing against that sort of attackers, although, you know, I do appreciate that, you know, that's a legit tactic, and it's not nearly as annoying as everything coming at you with C4, from quad bikes to the UAV to, you know, the Blackhawks. And when they're playing that sort of style, you really have to stay back and focus on those vehicles because they can take down your MCOM stations in an instant. And so what I did here was, you know, I was trying to focus a bit on vehicles, but because of my positioning, I decided I was going to try and push forward and deplete their tickets and try and race them. And normally I don't play this aggressively, but the rest of the team had kind of called out that they were laying back. They had things under control at the base, so I decided to push forward and got, you know, some nice kills as a result. Normally, you know, as I said before, I'm dealing with tracing vehicles, taking them down, but I was kind of feeling lucky this game, so rather than pick the explosive upgrade to have extra rockets, I was actually running the ammo upgrade, and I had just played a lot of Blackhawk. Thinking about helicopters. I had just played a lot of Black Ops, and so making the transition back to Battlefield was a little tough. The movement's slower, and it was tough to get my shot back. I did pretty well, although I'm using the UMP with iron sights, which really doesn't help anything. I find that the sights on this are very difficult to manage. They're crowded, and I often lose enemies in the sights. So it's best to kind of keep it at close range. And you know, if you're aiming down sight and you find you lose the enemy, then it's best to kind of zoom out, zoom back in, and just kind of mix it up. Right here, you know, I'm just showing how effective the hip fire can be, and that was at fairly close range, although you can hip fire at a bit greater distance. But having platinumed my favorite SMG, which was the XM8 Compact, I decided to pick up the UMP again, as some subscribers had wanted to see some of that gameplay. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy. And right here you can see, like, they're trying to get a stronghold in the middle, post up, and fire rockets at our stations. And where we spawned in late and kind of had already lost Bravo, it's going to be very tough for us to hold them back, as the MCOM at Alpha is already down to probably less than half health at this point. So, you know, it is a race, as I said, and on this first base where we first spawned into the game, we're going to lose that race. And then on the second base, well, I guess you'll just kind of have to wait and see what happens. And right now, you know, we're getting their tickets down quite low, but, you know, unfortunately, the MCOM is not in the best of shape, so the chances of us holding this back, it would be fairly difficult. And when I kind of take stock and realize that I fired off my last Gustav, rather than retreat and go get some ammo, what I decide to do is push forward and head down in towards their spawn. And you know, sometimes that's kind of frowned upon, but in the event where they're playing like this and they're going to chip away at your stations, the only way really to secure a victory is to make sure that you're running them out of tickets, and you have to push forward and be aggressive, especially in this situation where, you know, we're around 25 tickets. So if you guys don't like base rushing, then I suggest you click away. Here I don't have a rocket left, so just for something to do, I decided to trace the guy sitting on that heavy MG. Not very effective, but somebody picks him off after I spot him. So, you know, now it's time to make a bit of a push, see if I can't steal some tickets. And actually, it's kind of unfortunate because as soon as I move forward, they finally hit it with, you know, deal the death blow with some more explosives, and I have to basically retreat back. But instead of, you know, pushing all the way back to the MCOMs, I linger around their base, and I'm going to pick a few of them off because, well, you know, you can't repair your MCOM stations. If they do damage, it is not reparable. So you might as well try and race them and kill as many as possible on your way back to the base. And at this point, I'm lucky I ran the ammo upgrade. I probably should have you know, picked up a kit at some point. I actually do that here in a little while, but it's a recon kit with an actual bolt-action sniper on it. So in my hands, that's not a particularly useful weapon, but I'm just trying to keep a low profile. You know, luckily I'm running a silenced SMG, and I don't have any more rockets to deal with this tank, so I'm going to do what any good engineer would do. I'm going to rush him with my repair tool. And he's pretty low in health right now, so it doesn't take long for me to wipe this out and then switch back to my primary and take out the recon guy who hops out of the tank. So, you know, pretty good streak happening. I'm going to push back up into their base because at this point, you know, I really don't have high expectations that I'm going to live much longer. I only have 20 bullets left. I probably, coming up right here, should have done a bit better job of burst firing. Might have left myself enough in my magazine for one more kill, but I'm going to go grab his kit anyway and fail miserably with it. You know, I've not shown a whole lot of recon gameplay on NGTGames or on my channel, primarily because I'm not very good at it. And you'll see I rush my shots. I'm fairly close quarters with, I don't know if it was a 12-time scope. I think it was just sort of the standard scope. Right there could have been a collateral. They were lined up so nicely coming out of that container, but I don't take the time to line up the headshot, miss the drag shot, and I just shoot him down with my handgun. And you know, I'm still just sitting in the base. I'm kind of baffled that I'm still alive, and I'm gonna hear the UAV take off. Now I do scan the area to see if he's got a partner putting C4 on it. In this case he does not. You'll see later that I catch them trying to pull off those shenanigans, and I stop them. But I'm going to try and steal their tank and get away. But I am aware, and I hear my audio cues. And as soon as I hop in, I hear the C4 going on the tank, and I'm going to try and back out and get a couple more kills. Unfortunately, my time is now up. And I fail with the Rex here. Not my favorite handgun, but this guy finally takes me down. And I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but almost as soon as the base was available to these guys and we were instructed to fall back, we started taking damage on Bravo. So they're shooting it with rockets from afar, and so that's why I keep pushing forward, and I'm going to do that over and over again. You know, we now have them down to like 43 tickets or so, and you know, just want to inflict as much damage as possible. And right here I get a nice double. I didn't even see the second guy, but I'll take it. And, you know, I'm probably not going to talk a whole lot more about the gameplay. I get on a couple of nice little streaks here to wind this down. And I guess I will spoil it for you now. We do finish these guys off right here and win the game. So, you know, I had a lot of fun with this one and was really enjoying myself, was really enjoying playing Battlefield again. And so the patch is out, I believe, today. So I'll definitely be downloading that update and playing some more. So I'll be bringing more Battlefield gameplay once the new maps come out. Just because, you know, I'd started the playbook series and pretty much everything's been done. So with the addition of 4 new maps to the Battlefield Bad Company 2 multiplayer, that'll certainly give me something to do, give some map overviews and some routes and tactics. So I think that'll definitely freshen up some of my content. So I'm really looking forward to that as well. I've heard some rumblings that the Vietnam DLC is going to be available in December for this, and I don't have any real confirmation. It's just kind of some rumblings here and there, but if that is true, then that's going to be fantastic. So, you know, I plan to be going back and forth between Bad Company 2, playing those new maps, checking out the Vietnam DLC, and depending on the kind of mood we're in, I might go back and play some Black Ops. Although here on NGTGames, the reception of my Black Ops videos hasn't been the best, and you know, I totally appreciate that. There are sort of Call of Duty specialists that are posting on this channel, and their gameplay is fantastic. You know, it's better than what I get. I tend to play sort of slow and steady when I'm playing Black Ops. I'm not comfortable, being really aggressive, so I have to be defensive. Right here, I'm pretty sure that they were going to attempt to C4 the UAV, because right now they're getting pretty critical on tickets. I think they're at, we're just about have them at 10, so I'm just going to keep lingering and picking up kills before they can push forward. And as you can see, you know, I've come up and cleared this hill a few times. Down on the left, I cleared up an engineer who was posting up to shoot some rockets. Up on this hill, there was a couple of engineers shooting rockets. So, you know, you can't just lay back. If you lay back in your base and you allow them to keep their distance and fire rockets or tank shells or whatever at your MCOM stations, then you're not going to win the game. So, you know, in that situation, I think it's perfectly acceptable to push up and be a little bit aggressive, a little bit obnoxious in their base, as it were, and just take them down and get rid of those tickets. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think. I hope you guys enjoyed that playbook layout that I did. I tried something similar with Black Ops with sort of an overhead cam that matched up with the gameplay, and that didn't go over as well as I had hoped, and in reality I probably could have done a better job with that. You know, been a little bit more diligent with how I lined up theater mode and made it less intrusive to the video. But I'm going to try the playbook again once we have some new maps to look at. Here it was a defensive game, so, you know, the play was pretty straightforward. Push up in front of the MCOMs, clean up as many as possible, push into their base, try and take their tickets, and the final score is 34-7. So, you know, for two bases, that's not a bad output for me. Normally, you know, I'd probably be in like the 15 to 20 range, sitting back dealing with vehicles. So, got a ton of pins for this one, lots of points, and took down a rare ace pin when I'm playing with my squad. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed. Cheers. We'll talk soon.
Hey guys, we're on Facebook. Check the description of this video for the link to our new Facebook application. Subscribe and get our latest video updates posted right on the wall on your own Facebook page.